degree in educational psychology. She is a parentologist and an entrepreneur. She is passionate about education and issues that affect the upbringing of children. Our guest speaker tonight is married to PAG Awal Babah Alargi and has 4 children. Welcome, Dr. Mrs. Marian Babah Alargi. We are glad to have you tell us the story and secrets of being a Rotary-an. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome, our guest speaker, Mrs. Marian Babah Alargi. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Rotarian President. Please forgive me if I don't get the titles right. Good evening to all Rotarian Presidents, DG Yvonne, distinguished Rotarians, and beautiful guests gathered here. Yeah, I've done what I've remembered. I deem this a great privilege to be able to be given this opportunity. I am very grateful. And before I even start to say anything, I would want to apologize in advance if some things are said that do not sit very well with our distinguished Rotarians gathered here. So yes, my name is Marian Babah Alargi, a man who is in a secret society. Forgive me, these were my thoughts. And so every Tuesday was haram. Every Tuesday, his club met at the Golden Tulip Kumasi branch at 7 p.m. And nothing could distract my husband Awal from going for a meeting. There were times that I wished he were around, and then we had other engagements. He would tell me, Marian, you know it's Tuesday. So once you know it's Tuesday, nothing comes in. Even if you are sick, you have to postpone your sickness to another day because it is Rotary. He didn't really give me the opportunity to learn about Rotary. He assumed I knew about Rotary. I hadn't seen Rotary, I hadn't heard Rotary. I had seen the metal wheel somewhere, probably on a polytank or something. I'm not sure I knew anything about it. But my husband was convinced that, oh, I'm going for Rotary and you should be okay with it. Now, as if that wasn't enough. One day, I introduced my tailor to him. After that time, over 10 years now, I haven't seen my tailor again, but he still sews my husband's shirts. Rotary has taken my tailor. With the secret society, one day I decided to follow him for a meeting. Then we got to the place, and then he says, Marian, you can wait at the lobby. We have a closed meeting. I said, yeah, this is confirmed. I said it, I knew it. I didn't know whether to call my mother or my father because it was a closed meeting. What could be closed if not for a secret society meeting? Then in the lobby, I heard, hey, the people were chanting. Again, another confirmation. They were reciting the 4 waiters. It sounded like some chant and some, all this kind. So when he came, I was looking at him. Interesting enough, beautiful women came out too. I said, hey, all these people they do sacrifices. Then as time went by, gradually, WhatsApp wasn't very common then or wasn't around then. So I couldn't, easily chat or, and now I would go to Google and other things, but I tried to search. Then I saw charity, fellowship. Anytime I saw fellowship, anytime I saw charity, I said, these people, they have a way of garnishing things. I'm sure there is a dark side of the website I haven't exploited yet. Now, what was driving me to find out more. I didn't want the situation where one day something would come up and people would ask what we usually ask the armed robbers' wives. Hey, so didn't she suspect anything? Didn't she see anything? So I wanted to see everything so that I could explain better. I didn't see anything. I still haven't seen anything. Fast forward. There was a time they had this dinner. I went, everybody was being nice to me, especially nice. So, hey, my PP's wife, I said, what is this PP, GG, KK, LL? I mean, all sort of letters here. I am the nursery teacher. I hear these letters all the time, but I didn't expect other people to be. I never really got a of it until one time when I happened to be at the high table with them, a champion. We had a very good conversation, and in the conversation, he was telling me how he went for a Rotary. He is not a Rotarian, but he was telling me how he went for a Rotary meeting in London, and you know it's the same here, and you know they do good things, you know all that. I said, oh, okay. If the chief knows about Rotary, probably it's not that bad. You know what, Marian? There are some good things out here. Let me just enjoy what I can enjoy, and then after, when trouble comes, I know how to bolt. But in the meantime, my brothers, my friends, my husband basically wears Rotary jersey, Monday to Friday. Saturdays, if he wished, if he had his own way, he would still wear Rotary. Then he will buy things and buy some for me. He will buy me a bag, a Rotary bag, cane Rotary bag. And I'm supposed to go to work or somewhere with it. And he'll be saying, oh, this one, there's blue in it, too. There's also blue in the Rotary bag. Now he wants to teach me how to dress with Rotary. He would buy me earrings with wheels, pins with wheels, scarves with wheels. And every year the design changed. I said, these people must be very rich, because you can't be changing cloth every year like that. Now that's enough with the misconceptions. At some point, I realized that Rotary was the first wife and I was the second wife. It was a painful acceptance. One time, I remember I was tempted to ask him to make a choice between Rotary and I. I thank God for the spirit of wisdom, because that question never came out of my mouth, but I think I knew the answer and I still know the answer. I would have been the ex-wife of PhD Awa, because he would have bluntly, he wouldn't have thought. Then one time it came up in a conversation. He says, Marian, you know, it's like, you know, when a woman asks a man to choose between she and her mother, you know, the love is different. You can't compare two loves. Then I said to myself, hey, it is good this question didn't come out too. If it's hard, goodness. So Rotary, the first wife. Marian, the second wife with the children. Then I said, okay, the whole feminist thing started getting into me. I said, you know, we got married, we decided to do things together, and he's gone. Now, he wasn't just going for the Tuesday meetings. He will go for meetings of other clubs and even meetings in other regions. And I said, did they actually task you to do this? Or you are just Puskaya? He will look at me and say, oh, Marian, you know, it's for the good of all this and that. I say, hey, what is this? Family time, you are leaving us, you know, all these things. He says, oh, I'll be back and very soon this and that and that. And then he'll come frustrated. Something happened. I said, this thing that you keep going to, it keeps breaking your heart. And you see the people, when you're hugging them, you are being nice. So it's one family. You'll be going somewhere else. So, oh, there's a Rotarian there. I see the Rotarian is my cousin or the Rotarian is my uncle. I mean, the description of, or the name Rotary comes like, you know what, he is a Rotarian. My husband was horrible. until I met other Rotarians. Then I realized that the Rotary thing, like how we describe things now, especially the youth, it is a World Cup thing. So don't push it, Marian. Make the best out of it. You say if you can't beat them, join them. But before I decided to join, I had started searching for clubs I could also join, so that when he leaves, then I could also leave. Because nobody does charity and has fun. You know, when you are giving, we all give. We don't give a laugh so much. But this time you come and you'll be excited. I said, I also need to find somewhere. I started checking other clubs out, other female and other women empowerment, something. At some point, I had to give in. And so I decided to stay as the Rotarian's wife. Now, the life of a Rotarian's wife. Business is not so good. Okay, I have to travel. I need a budget of so and so. I have to get out of it. Oh, wow. Why is Rotary coming in when you know that we are on a thin line? So it is Rotary. Okay. Bye-bye. Then he decided to surprise me one time with tickets to Seoul. Hey, you should have seen the wife. Oh, now I was a proud wife of a Rotarian. We are going to Korea. It was exciting. Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we can.
We can hear
Yeah,
you,
we can hear you.
Marian.
We are enjoying it, please.
Please
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Yes, so going to Korea, I was so excited. Then I wore a blue pants, I wore blue shirt, and I wore a gold cap. I said, yeah, so Rotary is good. You know, I was getting a break. And then we did have fun. I have never forgotten that trip. It was a long trip from Turkey to Korea to Singapore to Malaysia. It was the time of my life. And then I said, okay, Rotary finally bought me. Now, living the life of the Rotarian wife, there are times that he would go and come back and he's excited, mind, there's this project coming up and all that. Now, the beautiful thing that made me accept Rotary the more was that at any point in time, I knew where my husband was. And I think that he had also noticed my struggles, even though he never spoke about them, and he still not talked about them. He started sending me pictures of his meetings, pictures of him being here, pictures of him being there. So I'll be home and I'll receive very interesting pictures. Some of them, honestly, I really didn't care, But he says I should look, then I'll send some. He will wear a Rotary shirt and my husband will pose at after 50. Rotary made him younger. He'll pose and take a picture. Every time, take a picture. I say, hey, brah, you've become a paparazzi, champion and all that. He says, oh, it's Rotary. Once it's Rotary, please, you don't have any other question. But the time that he would come home upset, I wished he would just let this Rotary thing go. We had other issues to deal with, issues we couldn't run away from, issues we couldn't deal with, issues of family, issues of work, issues bothering around our children. If Rotary is voluntary, then voluntarily let the troubles go. No, he hugged Rotary the more. There are some of the stories I heard and I got upset. I said, initially I didn't know it was the 4-way test. I actually heard the 4-way test. The 4-way test as in the waiters in the restaurant. So every time he would ask, what does the 4-way test, what will the 4-way test say? I said, is it that he doesn't understand English? You would use singular and plural together. What does? When the waiters are 4. You keep saying the waiters. So Later, I realized that no, the guy is talking about something else. Let me check what it was. I said, it's not the waiters. Till today, I have never confessed this, but to Rotarians gathered, I thought the 4 waiters were waiting in the restaurant. Then the Rotarians were always discussing the waiters. I realized also that with the quarrels, with the disagreements and all that, Rotary kept changing anytime I went with my husband to any club. And so I describe Rotary as liquid. I describe Rotary as liquid because it seems to take the form and shape of the society and culture it found itself in. I say this because in Nigeria, you go to Rotary, there are some things you notice that are not peculiar in Ghana. You go to the north, quite different. You come to Kumasi, quite different. Accra, even in Accra, the various clubs have certain features and characters that do not cut across. But there's one content. They are all taking the whole thing personal. Everybody takes Rotary personal. Those who do not take the Rotary thing personal, I'm sure they've not met the weight yet. They will, eventually. And so the different shapes, the different, the squares and the circles and the spheres that Rotary seems to find itself in the various communities actually makes it very interesting, very special, and very different. I have also learned that it is not a perfect environment. There were times that I said, well, do they do screening and exam before you join Rotary? He said, why do you ask that? I said, some of your people there. Then I'll meet some that will also have certain characters that will balance for the others. I felt they were there. So I met a young man one time, and he was quite interesting, not in a very positive way. I said, hey, Rotary has things. So surprisingly, I met this young man raise funds at one Rotary ball. Amazing. Amazing. If he were to be in a church, I'm sure the church will have to organize a bus after church because people will not get transportation back home. He took everything from us. But that also made me realize that the different people in Rotary have different gifts, and you all come together and make it work, make the common goal work. But the annoying thing is that you have fun when you are working. It's not nice. And we are going to fireside. We are going to, hey, Mami Dokuno has come here too. Sometimes you wonder, and we're going to here, we are going there, and they are dressed up, and now one will come back, and he still has his boogies on and all that. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know charity to be like this. Please let us understand well. On that note, I met a Rotarian recently,
Yeah,
hello.
we can
We
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, please.
Please, we can hear you. Oh, please continue.
Yes, please. Thank you. I met a Rotarian's husband recently, and he said to me, this, oh, then they are meeting at rooftop, they are meeting in the basement, they are meeting this, they are meeting. I said, hey, is it all fun? Yeah, I said, you two ask the same question. I said, well, we are the problems. We better also find something to do with our lives. So as they have fun giving, as Rotarians are enjoying, as the spouses are home also thinking, what kind of charity gives you fun? I'm also thinking, maybe we should check our own lives and get a life. So I got a life. I won't tell you about my life, but I'm still a Rotarian's wife. So one thing, again, I would want to mention is that I think that Rotary helped my husband grow. As much as it's a humanitarian institution, the humans in it also grow. And after this, I will mention why Rotary is also human and not just humanitarian. I noticed that whilst tolerance people had grown, I realized that he also listened and he also always tried to help. He realized that people were different. At some point, I met different people. I wished I could mention names, but I cannot do without mentioning DG Yvonne, because at some point she took us in her home as well. She's one of my children's, my only daughter's godmother as well. And I must say that some of the ways of Rotarians are quite scary. If you know what I'm saying, I know you know what I'm saying. But they mean well. And so I learned as well. Rotary is human because it listens. And because it listens, it speaks. Rotary is human because it grows. And because it grows, you develop. Rotary is human because it feels. And because it feels, it touches lives. I wished I could describe all the senses of the human body. But for me, Rotary is human. And so are the humans in Rotary humans. And I am happy that this group of people recognize above all things that they are humans. And so they tolerate each other. Now, one of the last things I will mention is that I also learned that when my husband is fighting with someone, don't join in their fight, especially a Rotarian. The next moment, they will be hugging, chatting. Hey, are you not the same person who said that this person is, he's a Rotarian. Now, there's an interesting part that I believe that if they are female or some guests, other Rotarians on, I believe that I am the one of the people with the least experiences. However, I'm happy to share this. One time I said, oh, you know, it's just men, what could they be doing? Then they're close from Rotary. I say, hey, fine women. Ha! Oh, don't go. I said, hey, you know, and they are not just any women, they are well-positioned women. I said, hey, my husband, as if Rotary was not enough. Then Rotractors also came, younger girls. I said, Chambaya, God give me peace. But the commitment, you tag me along for their meetings, you tag me along for the dinner or the dinners as well. And it's become a very big family. There are no, I don't think I've ever been to a place and felt insecure after understanding Rotary, because for some reason, I know there will be Rotary families somewhere. And so, distinguished Rotarians, my storytelling would be too long, and I know that you know with some of your spouses, some of the things that happen. These are just a few I probably would want to share now. Maybe later we could share more. But please, if you have any questions, anything you would want to ask me, I will be more than grateful to answer. Thank you.
Oh, Rotarian's wife, Dr. Mrs. Marian Babah Alargi. That's, how do I describe it? Very interesting. And I see Alice clapping there. Let me clap. Hello, Rotarians. I believe it's not only me who have enjoyed this. Do we have any questions for Rotary and Marian? Any questions?
I don't have.
Please unmute and go. Go ahead.
Okay.
P and Nana.
Nana.
Nana Hima. Oh, yes.
Oh, my word.
Hello, soulmates.
That's my dad over there. And I'm not even in Ghana. But when I saw it, I said, no, I'm not going to miss this for the world. I am so happy. And I remember the fun we have in Korea, and all the holidays.
Yes.
That's where we bonded.
Yes.
And honestly, I really feel privileged meeting somebody like Marian. That's all what I can say. We become a family now. So really.
Oh, Nanahima, thank you so much. We miss you.
Oh, I miss you. You will see me soon.
Thank you very much.
That's
Thank
a
you.
good insight. Honestly, I'm so proud of you. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Any more questions, contribution? I know my wife has joined, and I believe she's heard it all. So if I tell you I'm going for a Rotary convention or meeting, you would understand. Christiana, any more questions?
Yes, sir.
Advice have you got for those spouses who don't have a light impression of Rotary and would like to either have their spouses stop or maybe cause some kind of problems at home?
Thank you, Mom. So for me, well, forgive me, I know you are listening, but for me as a person, I feel that boredom can actually bring problems. And I'm not going to garnish this. There are so many people here who join Rotary for various reasons. For financial growth, for boredom, to get out of boredom, for connections, for different reasons, probably I may not even know. And so if your spouse is in Rotary, I want to encourage you that Rotary is safe. You see, someone shared a story with me this week and said that one of the most painful things that could happen to you is when you have your spouse doing things to you and you do not have anyone to talk to about. For me, I found family in Rotary and found people who could whip or crack the whip on my husband. And so I decided that, if I take it to the house, everybody will know my matter. But there are some old people in Rotary who have become family, who I can actually do things with, and they influence my husband. You know, sometimes the men, you don't have to fight them. Even the women, you don't have to fight us. You just have to find a way to maneuver around us. So I maneuvered. I'm still maneuvering. But Rotary is good. Rotary is safe. I have not been tasked to embark on any campaign this evening. This is from my little experience that at least I know where my husband is. Maybe he is not at Rotary, but in my mind, he's at Rotary. If you don't know, it doesn't hurt. Thank you.
Thank you. I can see Emmanuel Obin's hand up. Emmanuel Obin, can you unmute and ask your question, please?
Yes, I'm RP Kumasi.
RP, okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. And PAG Awa is from our club, so we are happy. And when I saw the advert, I said to myself and my club that we should join to see the good news from our missus. What I want to find out is that two of them are Rotarians. So if they are traveling outside the country for Rotary program, how do they take care of the children at home?
Okay. Thank you, sir. I am not a Rotarian. My husband
Oh,
is a Rotarian, but yes, I am not a Rotarian. But I must say that sometimes, as much as I may have all the motherly love for my children, there are days that I want to also enjoy me. And it is nice to be with Rotary. So yes, in today's world, if you are lucky to have family around to support, hallelujah. If not, I also believe that for the reason you work, you may have to also buy family around your children. I have quite a busy life, and Awal is quite busy even when he is not busy with Rotary. And so over the years, I learned early to build family, not necessarily blood relations, but people I could call family around my children, so that when the time came, because me, I'm waiting for another time. Well, this is an appeal to you in case you have forgotten me, in case after COVID and something comes up, I am still your wife. Please, so we have a way, or let me say, I always kind of plan ahead to have family around.
Thank you. I can see Agambri War Club. Your hand is up. Go ahead with your question, please.
Yes, good evening, RP. Good evening, DG Yvonne and fellow Rotarians. Good evening, Mariam.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Thanks so much for sharing this wonderful piece about your husband and my friend. Awal was our first AG, and he was very wonderful, and he has been wonderful to us as a club. He helped grow our club to the even extent that we achieved more than his own club. And Awal has been very superb when it comes to helping us. He was there for us anytime. Just WhatsApp him and he will respond anytime. And we learned a lot from him. I think he's a very wonderful man that you have. And I'm grateful that you have appreciated him. And we are also proud that we have such a person in Rotary. He's our mentor. We have learned a lot from him, and we keep on learning from him. So from the Rotary Club of Wa, we say very thanks so much for your understanding, for him being a Rotarian, a lot of things, and you're able to support him to help us to achieve whatever we have achieved during his tenure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rotarian Agambri.
Thank you, too, sir. And thank you also for the yam and the other things he used to bring home. It fed my family.
Okay.
Okay. Can we take two more questions, please? Two. If any. There are any?
Hello.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, Rotary President, I would also want to thank the clubs, especially when Awal was coming home. My fellow Rotary aunts and Rotary drinks, it was a very good sight to see the yam come out of the car whenever he landed home, and other things as well. And then also, I think that Rotary has good food. I'm not saying I like food, but good food is good. I remember crashing on AG Yvonne's couch after eating some good palm nut soup after some time. So Rotary is still good.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions? I don't think there are. Mrs. Marian, I was particularly impressed when I first met you in Kumasi. And that is how come we have met here this evening, for you to tell us a very interesting story. You've excited us all with your story. We are very delighted. May I call upon Rotarian Esme to give the vote of thanks, please. Rotarian Esme. Rotarian Esme.
Thank
Are you
you.
there?
Thank you, Rotarian President. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I can hear.
Okay, good evening. Can you hear me?
Rotarian Esme, can you hold on 1 second? Rotarian Esme, hold 1 second.
Okay, okay.
Can you mute your microphones, please? Yes. I can see a hand there. Let me take one more question before we close with Mrs. Marian. Marian Natukunda.
Thank you, President.
Yes,
I've been listening in from all the way from Uganda,
yes.
and I have definitely enjoyed the non-Rotarian who sounds like a real Rotarian. With the knowledge that she has about Rotary, it seems that she is actually ready to join Rotary. I don't know why she hasn't yet joined, but I think the the wives of Rotarians and maybe the husbands of Rotarians who are ladies need to hear this talk. And I just wanted to extend an invitation to my club if the guest speaker can also give the talk in Uganda, because we are having very many challenges about Rotarians' wives who find it very hard, and they really beef and give hard time to their husbands and the other way around, just because of their husbands taking long in Rotary or not attending with them the conferences and all. So I think this is a very enlightening talk, and I would like to extend an invitation to our guest speaker for today to give the similar talk in my country, in Uganda, in the district. But I've enjoyed the talk. Thank you very much.
Rotarian Marian.
Yes.
I believe Mrs. Marian, would you like to take up that challenge invitation? Let's, Rotarian Marian, I think we'll take your details and speak to Mrs. Alargi, Babah.
I filled in the form which has my details. Yes, wonderful. And has my number, so maybe you can get it from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to answer now, Mrs. Marian Babah?
Thank you.
Sorry, the internet was acting up, so I couldn't get the last part of.
You have an invitation from Uganda to give a similar talk.
Okay.
This is a talk that would help their Rotary members there.
My pleasure, please. My pleasure. Anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Marian.
We'll forward her details to you, and maybe they can connect with you to do them that favor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any more questions? If there aren't, then I'll call. Can you mute your microphones, please? Please check your microphones and mute it. Check your microphones and mute it, please. SB, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
President. Thank you very much for this opportunity to give the vote of thanks. Dr. Marian Babah Alargi, I thoroughly enjoyed your presentation, and therefore I'm glad to thank you very much for this insightful presentation on behalf of, I do so on behalf of Accra Airport, the Club of Accra Airport, and the Club of Jolu, Accra Jolu. It was frank. I believe it was insightful. It was a delivery that was impressive about being a Rotarian wife. I'm sure it helps other spouses who may be listening or could be told by their husbands and all wives about what actually happens in Rotary meetings. And it's not for waitresses, but something else that is more more insightful for society. Yes, we thank you for letting us know that it is not a perfect society, and that if a wife or a spouse wishes to perhaps not join, then you can fill your time with something worthwhile instead of maybe looking at all the beautiful girls or handsome men that come out of Rotary meetings. Thank you so much. You are a wonderful storyteller, and we hope one day, very soon, as Uganda has called you, we will have the opportunity to tap into your knowledge again. Thank you so much, and thank you for all fellow Rotarians. Bless you. What more can I say? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotary Leslie. Thank you very much, Rotary Leslie. Now, I would like to call on our past president, Efua Ababio, in our club called JIPP Efua, to give us a very short brief on our presentation and commissioning at 37 Military Hospital. JIPP, please go ahead with your brief. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, RP, fellow guests and fellow Rotarians and guests, sorry. Last week, RP, Nana, and myself went to the 37 Children's Board to look at the project that was undertaken in the 2018-2019 Rotary year, and to look at ways we can run it and then finally present it to the heads of the hospital. We haven't done this because COVID has been delaying the process since last year. So we're looking forward to doing that probably at the end of the month. We also have a presentation to make to them in collaboration with the Ghanaian Women's Association of Georgia. We present hospital equipment and consumables, items, and we have a truckload of these items to present to them. So as a club, we have to find time to package the items and also present these in about 3 weeks. So we'll be calling on members to volunteer sometime, and we'll get these 2 presentations done. So at the end of the month, we're looking at presenting the items to the children's ward and then doing the formal handing over of the children's ward to the heads of the organization. So we'll meet with the commander, and he was very happy that finally we'll be able to do this handing over. So RP, I think that's about it in brief. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me call on the Rotary President Archlis with the announcements from Rotary Club of Accra, Jowolu. Rotary President Archlis.
RP, thank you very much. Time is very much spent. Then just a reminder to all of us, DTAC has started and PET is tomorrow. And all of us who have not registered should make sure we get it done. The President-elect, Secretary, and the Treasurers have their show tomorrow. Let us all make sure we register and attend accordingly. Concerning our dues, just a quick reminder to our members. Those who made a pledge to make payments by next week, please let's do well that next week we come prepared and make sure we meet the commitments we have pledged. Thank you very much, RP.
Thank you very much, Rotary President Archlis. Now, Rotary Secretary, please, do we have any announcements?
Yes, Rotarian President. Some of the announcements have already been made, as we just heard from
Rotary Archlis.
Yes. Our program for next week, 14th of April, will be Time with Group 1. Then we know about the virtual district training seminar starting tomorrow. And then the DTAC coming of 16th to 17th of April. And members are urged to visit My Rotary and update their details. We have 12 members with no account on the Rotary Central platform. This is of concern as their respective records are not up to date. Private notices have been sent to them to kindly generate one. It is to enable them receive updates on all Rotary information at district and RI levels. We have some members with lots of PHF points, but who require little donations to achieve a major point. We are all encouraged to align in making it a proud and success story for ourselves and our CAA. Finally, members are reminded to pay their dues, donations, fines, contributions, and other financial obligations. Thank you, Rotarian President.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Secretary. Lastly, on the announcements, today I posted Greening Ghana project. I'd like us to take on this project, although it wasn't planned for the year. We still have a couple of months to go. And I believe Rotary Club of Accra Airport, we can take up this challenge.